Through the first 4 games, it's been quite a rough and tumble series, and this crowd is expecting more of the same here. It's on to Game 5 of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me are Eric Harris and Steve Lyons. And Steve, this is still anyone's series as we get ready for Game 5.
Well, and now you can see they're down 3-1, so we're in that classic must-win territory now. They're going to need to win 3 straight to take the series. But as a player, you really can't think that way. It's time for that old baseball cliche. You got to take them 1 game at a time, and that definitely applies right here and now.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Washington Nationals.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. And now here's a look at Joe Maddon's lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Yeah, you know, you have to be careful with Daddy Longlegs himself, Dexter Fowler. He went deep last game, and he seems ready to take advantage of any mistakes he sees right now.
Bronson Arroyo is charged with keeping their hopes alive on the mound here in the League Championship Series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's a veteran presence. He's been around this league for a real long time, so he doesn't get by just on physical ability. There's a lot of guile to his game, a lot of the mental part, a lot of tricks of the trade. I can't wait to watch him throw in this one.
And with that, let's take a look at how the Nats will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Dexter Fowler strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening. Underway this evening as the first pitch is taken for strike 1 as we get started right on time at 7:05 p.m. Oh, he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. On to first, and Fowler is retired for the game's first out.
Yeah, and you know, that's a nice play back there behind the plate. For a big guy, look how quickly he springs to his feet, gets rid of that mass, and then he finds the ball here to make the throw to first to get his man.
Chris Bryant comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Good night for baseball. 69 degrees here at first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone and is probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
And he'll take a look at a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on, especially when he needs that ground ball, but even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
A little low. It's 2-2. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one. Mr. James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
High and deep to right center field. Back goes Harper, and just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. And he is in there with the first hit of Game 5. It's a double.
Nearly gets his first home run of the postseason, and I'll tell you, he didn't miss this thing by much. Here you see it. He just hits this one airborne, and this thing just doesn't quite have enough to get out of here. But it does have plenty to get him into second base, and now he's got himself a double.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in, and this pitching staff has kept his bat silent throughout the series so far.
Yeah, just 2 hits for him so far, but you got to figure he's due. I don't think they're going to hold him down all series long.
In there, strike 1.
Oh, now there's a location you want right there. If that ball gets hit, you're just going to bang it into the ground all night long.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
And I think they'd stay out there again, maybe for the rest of the at-bat.
Here's the 1-1. Tap fouled at home plate. 1 out and a runner on second base. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, you give a good RBI guy a chance in the first inning, chances are he's going to come through. You see here, he delivers a solid base hit, and the throw home's not in time to prevent that first run from scoring.
In is Jorge Soler, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner.
Well, it's so important to be able to strike first in a postseason game. Get that first run in, especially when you're the team playing on the road. Hopefully you can take a little life out of this big crowd.
Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that finds its way through for a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Well, that's the frustrating thing for a sinker baller. When you get the ground ball you need and it finds a hole. Now he's got 2 men on to deal with and only 1 away.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. Grounded up the first baseline. A step on the bag for 1.
Well, that's a good job here to plate their second run of the inning. Just a simple ground ball was all he needed, and he got the job done, playing some good small ball.
Wilson Contreras will stand in, and you see the numbers for the series so far. He's really been one of their unsung heroes.
It seems like in just about every series, you get that one guy who really steps up, and he's been that guy so far.
And he lays off there 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. 1-1 pitch and a good sinker there, but he can't find the zone. 2-1. And a big swing and a miss here. 2 strikes.
And even though you got a 2-run lead, you don't want to be leaving too many guys in scoring position out there. That could come back to bite you later.
Protecting with 2 strikes. Went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Now, he does have first base open, so he doesn't have to come in right here. He can try to make that perfect pitch, and you know what? If he misses, who cares?
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Cubs 2 and the Nationals nothing. Time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. Steve, how do they go about keeping the series alive?
Well, you're going to get a heavy dose of those sinking fastballs, so you got to look for the ball to get up in the zone. If you swing at anything down, you're going to be rolling over pitches, and it's hard to get a rally started if you're hitting into double plays all day.
Kyle Hendricks will do the pitching with a trip to the World Series on the table. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, when you talk about starting pitchers, he's one of the most consistent there is in the game. He's got a career ERA in the low 3s. I expect him to throw a good ball game here in this one.
With a moment now, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, Matty, you remember growing up, right field wasn't a very important position. But here at this level, it's as important as any. And this man plays it as well as anybody. Very reliable, covers ground, always makes a routine play.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit out towards second. Taken in by Zobrist. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
You know, a lot of times when you get a slow grounder and a fast runner, that can be a bad combination. So this is a nice job of realizing the situation and getting to this ball quickly to throw him out.
Hit down the third base line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Bases are empty. One man out. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Smoked on the ground left side and into left field for a 1-out hit.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller, the thought is that you've got to get out there and hit the ball before it sinks. So that means if you're a right-handed hitter, you've got to jump out there and pull it. And that's exactly what he did.
Bryce Harper is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a...
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More on tap from Game 5 after this. Addison Russell makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Russell is retired, and there's one away.
Oh, this one could have been trouble. But that's a nice play behind the plate to clear himself of the runner and then make a good throw on to first base to get the putout.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And, you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now, that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And with 2 away, here's a look at our updated playoff brackets. And the question on everyone's mind is, will we be able to punch our first ticket to the World Series after tonight's ball game? Kyle Hendricks stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1.
Well, much better here in the 2nd inning. To me, he looked a little bit tentative early on. It's starting to look like he's finding the rhythm now.
Sinker, and this one's over as well. 0-2 now. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. A strong inning of work that time for Bronson Arroyo. His club needs to get him some runs, however. It's 2-zip. Ryan Zimmerman will dig in here, and it's been a series to forget for him so far, as you see the numbers there.
And with these guys just one game away from going home, he may not have too many more opportunities to turn things around. He's got to make every at-bat count from here on out.
In there, no balls and a strike. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Ready on 1-2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Jason Worth will get a chance here, and you see the numbers for the series. He just has not gotten going yet.
Now, and if they're going to get back in this series, they're going to need him to get back in the groove, because this pitching staff has buried him so far.
And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1.
Well, that's not a real favorable call for him right here. It's one thing when you're facing a lightweight hitter up there, but facing a guy like this, the difference between 1-1 and 0-2 is huge.
Boy, and slow out of the box that time as he's tagged out quickly. Daniel Murphy gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the 2nd. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Hit in the air out to center field. Fowler has a beat on it, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail things here 2-0. Dexter Fowler will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
On the ground up the middle. Espinosa's there, and he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Chris Bryant is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. On the move now is Fowler. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And they won't get Fowler as he takes second with ease.
And sometimes when you've got a pitcher who's out there scuffling a little bit, you worry more about throwing strikes than you do about the base runners. And I think that may have been the case right there.
No one out with a runner at second. Rip. Oh, it's off the third base bag. A barehanded pickup. No chance to get him at first. A great effort on that one, but it'll be scored a base hit.
Sometimes when you know that you're not going to have a play, this is what you have to do. Here, no shot to throw him out down there at third, so he's just going to play it smart, take a bite out of it.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as he'll go after the first pitch and send a ground ball down to third. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 3-0 game. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. At the plate, Jorge Soler. He singled his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Out in front of it, strike one. First and second here with nobody out. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
And he's bunting here with 2 strikes, but this ball will get foul, and that idea didn't pan out.
Well, if I were you, I'd make that jog back to the dugout a slow one because you're going to find one angry manager when you get there.
Now to the plate, Ben Zobrist. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
And you know, now all of a sudden after the strikeout, you give that guy on the mound at least a little bit of confidence that he definitely didn't have before.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit around third and being waved on home, and they'll get the man at third here at least, but in the interim a run has come in to score.
The catcher, number 40,
Wilson Contreras steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
1-1. In for a strike, it's 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is to short. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on 4 hits here, no errors, and a runner left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Cubbies are in front 4-0. Back with Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian here as it's Wilson Ramos that gets set to lead off the Nationals half of the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead 0-1. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike.
1-1.
Outside, 2-1. Hard hit ball to second. Zobrist is there. A quick out number 1. Now at the plate, Danny Espinoza as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
It was kind of a delayed swing right there. He looked like he had to wait to see if it was going to be anywhere close, and now he's in a big hole.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Ready with the 0-2. Drilled right back up the middle, and that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit.
And on the mound, here's where you got to keep pitching like it's a one-run game. You never want to get in that relaxed mode where you think, I've got some cushion. I can afford to give up some hits. That'll spell disaster.
To second for 1.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball's bunted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. That's inside. 2-0.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1 left for Washington. They're down 4-0. Addison Russell is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. Ball 1. And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2.
I'm not sure that pitch would break a pane of glass. That is very tough for a big league hitter to wait that out.
And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Striding into the box, Jason Hayward. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, it's always a frustrating thing to go down looking, but you know what? Everybody does it. So you've got to let that one go and make the next AB count.
And the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. And that's in there for strike 1.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they're in front 4-0. Leading off the inning, Anthony Rendon, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away.
Right fielder number 34.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone, and that'll bring in a dangerous hitter indeed in the form of Bryce Harper. Pulls the string on that one, 1 strike.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get 1 pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, no shortage of offense early on. That's already 10 hits combined between these 2 teams, and he pulls into second with a hard hit double right here.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And he chased it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Zimmerman is retired, 2 down now.
Yeah, and that turns out to be a nice little play there behind the plate. They get the swing through for strike 3, but then he's got to get the out over there at first base and make sure that nobody else advances. He was able to accomplish both of those tasks.
Jason Worth is in for the second time here as he looks at one outside. It's 1-0. Hit hard on the ground to second. Zobrist has it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More coming up from Game 5 after this. Dexter Fowler heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Boy, that's some movement out there on the mound. You see that as a righty. He'll naturally fall off a bit to the first base side of the mound, and he just uses that momentum to field this thing on the run and do it all himself.
Skied into straightaway right. Harper has it in his tracks, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Up next for the Cubs, first baseman.
Stepping in, Anthony Rizzo. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. And a good pitch there as he got him to go after one in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And just 69 miles an hour on that breaking ball. That's barely moving.
And that misses. So after getting 2 first pitch outs, he's gone full to the 3rd hitter here. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Looking to avoid his first walk. Hit hard up the middle. That's through a base hit, and he's got his 3rd hit of the game.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned a corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Ready now, Jorge Soler. He struck out while trying to lay down a bunt last time.
And I'm still not sure why they had him trying to bunt with 2 strikes. I'm just not a big fan of doing that.
And a ball 1-0. Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
And the runner back. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Revere is after it. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs. They lead it 4-0. Daniel Murphy will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront, and this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
Maybe these guys are going to start getting a little more aggressive here early in the count. This is the first pitch of the inning, and he's on base here to kick things off.
Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
He's safe. The batter, number 8, shortstop.
Danny Espinoza will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. On the ground to the right side. Zobrist is able to get there. Throw just does beat him to the bag, and that was pretty close.
Yeah, that's good hustle getting down the line. A double play could have really put the brakes on this rally, but he's able to beat it out on the back end just to keep things going here.
Clint Robinson will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0.
Now at the plate, you're looking for something up in the zone. Try and keep it in the air.
And that ball gets by him. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Well struck down the right field line, but just fouls as he just misses extra bases. Right on the corner, 2-2.
That's one of his best pitches tonight.
Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third. Ben Revere will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if he can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Now with 2 strikes, boy, if he could come up with back-to-back punch-outs, wouldn't that be something?
Looped out toward third. Throw on to first is going to get him, and the Nationals blow an opportunity here, and that ends the inning. Nats leave a pair. They trail here 4-0. Trevor Gott will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 26, Trevor Gott.
Ben Zobrist will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. 0-1, here's the pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up, ball 1.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
And he takes a called strike 2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first is Zobrist heading for second now. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double.
We'll get a good look at this from up in our press box cam. You can see the 2 outfielders give chase, but this is almost perfectly between them as it finds a gap for a double.
Standing in now, Wilson Contreras, as this is popped foul behind the plate. It's strike 1. A runner at second, nobody out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And he fights this one off to stay alive. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, let's isolate this release here. You can see he's got an easy motion, easy delivery, and boom, then he runs his pitch up there pretty darn quick.
Drilled to the left side. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
Right fielder,
Jason Hayward will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard to the right side. Throw to second, and he drops it, but they say now he had control long enough. Notch one in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. Now a 5-0 lead. And now after that call at second, here comes the skipper out of the third base dugout as he apparently doesn't agree with the call. I believe the second base umpire is going to tell him that the drop occurred on the transfer, but that's not going to sit well with the skipper, so you can just about guarantee that he's going to have his say before he returns to the dugout. At the plate, Kyle Hendricks. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. On to the bottom of inning number 6. Cubs lead it 5-0. Leading off the inning, Anthony Rendon, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
And a high strike there, 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind, 0-2. And another foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. The 0-2 is a breaking pitch taken for a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
On a good curveball gets him swinging for route number 1.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
That's lifted the other way out to left. After it is Soler. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Boy, his guys got him the lead back in the very first inning, and he hasn't looked back since. He's had everything go his way so far, and this inning's turning out to be no exception.
Ryan Zimmerman is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit sharply toward the right side, and that is through into right field for a single. Jason Worth will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Now a ball lined to the left side. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2. Still 2-2. Hit sharply on the ground. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Dexter Fowler will be the one to lead it off when we come back. It's the Cubs 5 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at Nationals Park, it's on to the 7th now in game number 5. But before the inning gets underway, let's fill you in on what's happened with our game summary. Felipe Rivero is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. And there is Dexter Fowler. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
These guys have swung the bat extremely well in this one. They have to be careful, though, about getting comfortable. Still have to make every at-bat count.
swing and a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball here. 0-1. The 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Squared that one up just a little late. Again, he sends it out of play. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full. 3-2. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at-bat. Chris Bryant ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far. Into the windup and the pitch. Down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count. 0-2.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Not in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Here it comes on 0-2. Chopped at the plate. Ramos scoops it up. Throw gets him. 2 down.
This is a pretty simple play for a catcher right here. It's a nice pitch, and it looks like he might have chopped it right down off a home plate. You can see the catcher get out of his crouch, take it on one big hop, and then just make the good strong throw to first to get him easily.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball to straightaway left. Camping under it is Worth. And that will retire the side. Cubs are down in order as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Daniel Murphy, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Joe Smith will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point. So good idea there just to wait for strike 1.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Wilson Ramos will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. In there, and it's 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. A shot down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Well, I think he got away with one right there. I mean, this is a fastball right down the middle. And he just smokes this ball, too. But unfortunately, he hits it right at someone. So it becomes a fairly easy out.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this will land foul. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider. Good 2-strike pitch, but it misses. 1-2.
Yeah, right back to that inside location. When a guy shows you he can't handle a tough slider on the hands, you can bet that guy on the mound, he's going to go right back to that pitch before too long.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Nationals gone in order. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Jorge Soler comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th. Hard hit ball to second, and this is going to find its way into right for a base hit. The leadoff man's on to start the 8th.
You talk about a guy who's really stepped it up all throughout this postseason. Here's your man right here, and he's on base again as he leads off the inning with a base hit.
Hit in the air to straightaway center. Revere has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. Wilson Contreras will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. From the stretch, smoked on the ground up the middle, and that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now. And the throw from Revere will not be in time. He's in safely at third.
Check this out on Show Track. It's not a bad first pitch. It's down. It's on the outside part of the plate. Hey, if you can get guys to swing at that, you're going to have a lot of success. Just didn't work out here.
Here's Addison Russell. Runners breaking for the plate. And the squeeze was on, but this one will get foul. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
I tell you, that was not an easy take.
It sure wasn't, especially when you've got to protect on an 0-2 count.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Jason Hayward stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up. Now a swing and a ground ball. This gets foul. It's 0-1. 5 runs, 12 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
This is pulled into right. A dive, but he can't come up with it in right as it skips right past him. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. In to score is the runner from first. It's 7-0. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
They're starting to really open things up now. Pulled into third here with the triple, and just like that, 7-run lead.
David Ross will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 3, David Ross.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Chopped in front of home plate. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Cubs lead this one 7-0. Jose Lobaton will try and get his club back into it here as he'll pinch hit to lead off the home half of the 8th. Hector Rondon will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
He's had a high strike zone all night, so even if you're on the bench, you got to be aware of that.
Smoke toward the hole, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, center fielder,
Ben Revere will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And if he can come in here and start putting that pitch in that location, ain't nobody going to touch him.
Under it is Russell, and there are 2 away now.
the third baseman, number 6.
Anthony Rendon will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Down the first baseline, Rizzo is there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Back now with baseball on the show from the nation's capital. Just down the street from that building, we are set for what remains in this one. Oliver Perez will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Rounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four seam it every once in a while. And when he does, you can forget it.
It's bunted into the air.
Well, that's either very brave or very foolish. One of the two. He thinks he sees an opportunity there, even with 2 strikes. Once this ball gets fouled, though, you can bet there were a few folks in that dugout saying, "What are you doing?"
Hit to short. On to first, and it's a good start to the inning for Perez. 2 away.
First baseman number 44.
Digging in to try it again, Anthony Rizzo. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Line to the right side, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
You could see him just basically jumping at that first pitch. He pulls it into right field for a solid base hit.
In is Jorge Soler. This will chase one up around the letters here for strike 1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out with the man at first. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Cubs strand 1, but they're still in control, 7-0. Bryce Harper will be the one to start things off, with his guys needing a 9th inning rally here if this series is going to make it to a Game 6.
Number 34.
Aroldis Chapman is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 54, Aroldis Chapman.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that pitch. That's on him way too fast.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Boy, no messing around here in this ninth inning.
And that's a closer's mentality. They're not usually the best at setting guys up. They're going to come right at you with their best pitch, and that's usually a fastball.
Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. One away.
When you're out there pitching with a 6, 7, 8-run lead, you can afford to come right at guys 0-2. Why not?
Ryan Zimmerman gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98. 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
You want to talk about a live arm? This guy's got one all right.
Chapman's ready, looking for the strikeout here on 0-2. Drilled right back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
A good job there making a 2-strike adjustment. Very compact there. He uses the middle of the field, and this just finds its way into center for a base hit.
Jason Worth is next as he finds himself behind 0-1.
I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. That one finds the target on the outer half. It's 1-2.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
One thing we can say about this game, neither team's been afraid to swing the bat. I mean, here we are this late into the ball game, and we still haven't seen our first walk.
Daniel Murphy will stand in, and their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. A runner on first with 2 away. And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. And there will be joy in Wrigleyville tonight. Say it with me, folks. Holy cow, the Cubs are going to the World Series.
Boy, that's one happy bunch of guys down there right now. They are the National League champions, but they know they're not done yet. They've got one more big hurdle standing in front of them, but these guys are looking like they're going to be awfully tough to beat.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
For Eric Carroll, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the NL Championship Series on MLB The Show.
Here now is the final line score.